So we'll start exactly by 11:05. So we'll give couple of more minutes to join the participants. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you please text me that if you are hearing my voice exactly? Type yes. Thank you so much. One more minute. Okay, let's get started for today's session. So, first of all, before going into this session, I would request you to mute your audio and video. I think everything is going fine as of now. Thank you so much for that, and welcome you all for this session. Good morning, and have a good day for the rest of the day. So, during this crisis time, we are learning something good new for your career. I hope you are all students. Maybe if you are, I think if you have any kind of lecturers or professors, please let me know you are there. So let me introduce first of all, and I'm Srinivasan Ramanujam, founder and CEO of Mudra Software Services. Actually, we have three companies. One is on development, one is on training and develop. Training and placement services. One is on academical services. So we are running three companies in three locations: Chennai, Trichy, and Vellore. So this is all about my about in short. I have worked for all the service oriented major service oriented company like TCS, Infosys, uh, until IBM. Okay, so we have started this company 3 years before. It's running third year. Okay, so okay, I think that's enough. My introduction. We'll go for the subject. I hope everyone, in this world, in this modern digital world, everyone, right from the rural to metro cities, right? Everyone is having a smart kind of a thing. Smart in the sense we have a smartphone, we have a smart device, kind of smart watch, or I think what are all the you have internet connected device. It is called smart. So in this this generation having couple of more devices at least, right from the metro cities to rural areas. Okay, everyone is having some or the other equipment or some kind of an instrument. In that you can connect to the internet and you can play video or audio or games, lot of things. That's why now we are calling it as smartphone. In a single device everything is possible these days, right? Apart from mobile, apart from these smartphones, we have lot of devices in this world, right? Like uh, even you can imagine about smart homes. You can operate wherever you are. You can operate your home. You can switch on, switch off lights, refrigerators, air conditions, and whatever it is, and so on. It just increasing. Even home appliances, home appliances, instruments, equipments, it's emerging these days. Just go and type in Google, you will get lot of instruments which is smartly connected to the internet, so that you can just operate. So why we are calling as smart? So something it does automatically, right? Something it is doing automatically without you're just commanding. The rest it will do. So you are not going to be there to operate any such devices, right? So for that, how it's happening? So we need to think of some kind of a smart intelligence should be connected, interconnected to that devices, right? like like I said, you have your smartphone. Do you think it is smartly connected? Will you be able to speak to the phone? Yes, you can speak over the phone. You will be able to make a call, and also you'll be able to, I mean, while you are driving, you'll be able to read your messages and reply to your messages. Okay, that's happening, right? So if you take it for Android devices, Google Assistant is there. It is kind of an artificial intelligence device that is called smart device. So kind of imitation of our human brain, right? So our human brain is just such in such a way that whatever we are thinking, the device is doing. So how it is working? So now it is, we know that some command you are giving to your devices, and it is working. So how does it understand your voice, right? So in this session we are going to understand more about the intelligence which is inbuilt in all the devices, like artificially inbuilt, artificially, the intelligence, how it is going to work, how we are effectively utilizing this technology in this world, and coming future, right? Because a lot of companies, lot of startups, right from startups, right from the big companies, medium companies, small companies, everybody is looking and working and doing all the research kind of thing on artificial intelligence. Okay, so we are connecting to the device. We'll be able to connect, we'll be able to command over the device. How does it able to understand our voice? First of all, can you imagine that, right? Even you can operate your smart TV just like through voice. How does it possible? There is some kind of intelligence should be there, so that your voice will be able to understand by that machine, so that it will respond to you, isn't it? So if it is not possible, you will be again, you have to go through, you have to give all the credentials. You have to operate through typing, and again, there's a lot of human work. But nowadays, those kind of work, all the work, lot, you'll be able to figure it out until now. Okay, the before 7 years back, I was saying, just for example, 2008 or 2007, until 2006 or 7, the smartphone is just maybe a dream, right? Double on Because in this generation, maybe you guys never know about 1100 of Nokia. Maybe you can figure it out on internet. The device is very very, you can just communicate, that's it. Through your, you can make a call, you'll be able to make a call, you will be able to receive a call, that's it. And then you can text. Other than that, if you will be able to connect to the internet, or it is just a tedious process, at least not 10 years back. Now if you imagine the stupendous, the amazing technologies has improved like anything in 2020. Everything is possible. If you think anything, somebody is working on somewhere in the world. Say for example, say for instance, if you wanted to work directly to your desktop, without touching any keypad. It will work. You can operate on any machines. It may be Apple, it may be Windows. Everything is possible now. In Windows, Cortana is there to help you out. It is an artificial intelligence machine. It will help you out. And Apple, Siri is there. Siri is, as of now, Siri is the, it is the one of the best example of artificial intelligence. It is effectively used. Okay, the technology has been effectively used. The Cortana is somewhat near to that. So these are all desktop machines, desktop applications. If you again go back to your Android machines, Android smartphone, still there are a lot of things Google is working on. So Android is owned by Google, so Google is working on those kind of operating system to improve more. But if you go to Google search engine, I think you are, for everything we are going to Google and asking any type of questions, we are getting reply from the Google, right? I mean, that search engine, that is also inbuilt by artificial intelligence, because it is responding to your question, and also it is giving you a lot of suggestions, isn't it? And also, if you type today, if you are searching something for today, it will just replicate in all your machines, all your environment. For example, if you are searching something for today in Google search engine, it just reflect in your inbox, in your Facebook, in your Instagram, right? If you are just searching for artificial intelligence course, and tomorrow or within a day, it just simply sitting on your email inbox, the promotions will be coming into. Or if you open up your Amazon.in shopping cart, there also would be there. So it's just because of lot of machine learning concept behind it. That is why it is always it depends on your Chrome browser, what kind of browser you are using. Based on that, this kind of information is following you, saying that it may be useful for you, may be useful for to buy. So it's just giving a suggestion, recommendation. This kind of a recommendation, it's just simply because of machine learning concept. What is machine learning? We will see one by one. This artificial intelligence, I think this introduction is enough to understand the smart intelligence. For whatever the machines, your smartphone itself is an artificial intelligence machine, because it reads you properly. Whatever you are saying nowadays, we also communicate through Tamil. If you just there is one way in Google Chrome, and there is one more application in Google Chrome itself. If you type, I mean, if you speak to that tool, it will type for you in Tamil and also in English, and many languages it goes on. Okay, and also the typing also now it is it's becoming easy. No need to type, so you can go and check it. Okay, there are a lot of tools are there available, because it reads you. Okay, it just able to understand your natural language processing. It is called natural language processing. That means whatever the language you are speaking to your device, it just simply able to respond back to you. But there are a lot of concepts behind it, how your language is communicated to the device. It's because of the in computer language, through machine learning, there are a lot of software has been written by Python or something else. Python is a major language communicating these kinds of devices, and it has been written, the algorithm has been written. And that's why you are getting a very fast turnaround response from all these devices. Okay, so now we'll just see about what is exactly artificial intelligence means all about. So which attempts to create machines that act rationally in response to their environment. The objectives of AI research are reasoning, knowledge representation, planning, learning, natural language processing, that's what I said before, realization, and ability to move and manipulate objects. So if you just imagine how, I mean, a lot of people are, I mean, still not aware that, your a lot of applications which is inbuilt by some kind of a smart intelligence is there. Some artificial intelligence software is inbuilt on all your applications, like your food delivery system app, your railway booking ticket, your bus ticket booking app, your hotel booking app. Everything is, there are a lot of data interconnected. There are a lot of intelligence is interconnected. That is why you are able to, connect with them easily without, a lot. Uh, the frequency is very high. So even 7 years back or 8 years back, I still remember, if you type on your mobile phone to go to Google, it will take a lot of time. But nowadays, the processor in your mobile phone is, very high. The RAM is very high. Okay, everything is very. I mean, even your graphical card in your, for example, in your mobile itself, it has been increased. Okay, the photo application, it has been increased. I mean, a few days back, if you take 5 or 6 snaps, the device will get heat. So much heat it will produce. Nowadays, it is not like this. So it means that everything has been, increased. The frequency has been increased. The response rate has been increased. So that device is very fast nowadays. Nowadays, 64 GB is very, very small, right? 64 GB of your device storage is very, very small, because all are taking videos, photos, high definition photos, more than high definition. Nowadays we are taking 4K resolution photos, 4K resolution videos, audios. We are sharing, we are getting these all these informations, and 64 GB is not enough in your mobile phone these days. I think you all agree. So if you have, more enough more space, you need to have more RAM. You need to increase your RAM. So if you increase your RAM, the device performance also will increase. The response rate will increase. So for this, to enabling this kind of system to be faster enough, there are a lot of smart devices, smart applications, smart algorithm is there through machine learning concept. So so AI is a study of how human brain think, learn, decide, and work when it tries to solve problems. So we are expecting nowadays all the problems should be sorted out by some kind of an application. That's how that sophistication it gives. The technology is giving that kind of a sophistication, right? Because nowadays, we are just, taking a mobile. We are booking, ordering, registering, all the things done by an application. Everything nowadays, COVID-19 also, we are, finding the hotspot. If you apply for your e-pass these days, you won't get it, because the application itself will tell you in your area itself, you have a lot of things, right? And you are in red zone area, so we won't be able to give you a pass, e-pass for you. So this is how it is. And how it's happening. There is a data processing through intelligence, because it is, without manual intervention, the device itself giving you a suggestion. How it is possible? How does it, even think of it, right? So whatever the human being, as a human being, I'm thinking something now to tell you, the similar kind of operation is being inbuilt by the devices artificially. We are giving all the things, like how we able to think, how we able to making a decision, how we able to learn things, how we able to, make work, right? We are solving all the things through all the possible ways of technologies, like algorithms, okay, neural networks. How our human brain works through neural network. There are billions of neural networks in our brain. In similar way, we will be expecting the artificial machines will work it out like robots, right? Just an imitation of human being. So we are thinking, we are establishing those kind of things. Just I will tell you one more statistics. Until today, okay, 2020, we are only utilizing this technology until 4%. We never is going to more than 4%. Until this 4% itself, we are seeing lot of the sophistication, lot of decision making, a lot of things we are solving by using this kind of artificial intelligence. Means if you are going by far more than 4%, means what it happens. Just imagine, just imagine. So until as of now, only 4% of our the technology has been, especially in artificial intelligence, only 4% has been used. So within 4%, we are seeing lot of things. Augmented reality, if you see 3D gaming, 3D effects gaming, the VR, virtual reality, everything.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, few of them are waiting over, sir.
Few of them,
Hello, sir.
they are waiting to join this meeting.
Yes, sir.
But it is just, I think it's allowing only just a minute. But I haven't blocked them, because I just kept it open. Maybe it reached more than 250 people. I just do that. 4 participants are waiting. Okay, right, yeah. Admitted. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah. Can we continue?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You can.
Thanks. So yeah, so just imagine, maybe among yourself, tomorrow you can come and be in research on artificial intelligence or machine learning or whatever it is. Okay, so we'll go. So what are all the real-time applications, as of now in artificial intelligence? All the agriculture, lot of agriculture. I mean, a lot of people are not knowing that agriculture has been, tremendous application has been used by artificial intelligence. And not here in India too much. Here and there, some applications they have been used. In banking sector, almost 70 to 80% of thing it has been done by AI. Healthcare, yes. Education, education. Interesting thing is, even take for example in your class, for example, 30 people are there. Lot of everyone has having a different kind of a learning pattern. So for a lot, I mean, lot of companies and even a lot of countries looking for this kind of applications these days. That means that uh, how we can enable artificial intelligence learning pattern to all the individuals. Okay, so that means that depends on your learning pattern. For example, one guy may be slow learner, one guy medium learner, one guy would be a fast learner. Okay, so based on that, the education transformation will happen. That means that if you go through these kind of applications, I mean artificially intelligent applications, this application will work, will tune to you, will adapted to you the learning pattern, and that learning pattern itself, adaptive learning. That term is called itself, adaptive learning. It will adapt, or the guy itself adapt to the learning pattern of AI. That means that if you are a slow learner, maybe for 6 months down the line, you will come to a normal person reading, normal human being, normal the speed it will come to you. Okay, so in education, that is a transformation. It's I mean, a lot of application, a lot of companies are using it as of now, but still it has to come in a lot of even until schooling. It's there as of now. Even for college level or university level, this kind of application has to come. The research is going on. Entertainment, yes, of course, you already knew lot of things. Gaming, of course, gaming and entertainment, a lot of people got aware, but still we are not aware that it has been um, through AI or machine learning. A lot of things are there. So just you can go and search it. So just for just I'm just giving you what are all the real time applications are there in AI. Defense, of course, a lot of countries, the army, defense people are using AI for spotting enemies. Okay, so criminal investigation has been done. The speech recognition, yes, the speech recognition, we already discussed about this. If you even an Android or Apple phone, Siri, if you just ask Siri, it will help you in tremendous way. Also, in Amazon, one product, I mean, you might have aware, uh, Amazon Echo products. All the Echo products, it's kind of a small AI. And if you are not speaking to that device, don't think that it doesn't listen to you. That is the a controversial part of it. It just listen to you, but it does not reveal to you. That means that even in your smartphone like this, if you are not unlocking I mean, some applications are there, it can capture you. That means that the interesting part is I can hack your TV. Yeah, I mean, it is not only even a smart TV or something else. If you just have your IP assigned to your TV, I can hack your TV and I can watch through the TV, even though the TV is switched off. That is possible. So technology, if we are using, we are utilizing those kind of things. The other side of it, I mean, positive side is there. The negative side also we need to get aware. That's how every banking applications, your bank, if you have your bank account in your any of your banks, every now and then they will keep on messaging you saying that don't reveal your pin, right? There is a reason to it, because some point in time you can be hacked. It can be hacked. The system can be hacked. So the hacking methodology also we should know, we should aware once you are in AI and machine learning. Okay, what is machine learning? So here I will introduce one more term called deep learning. So we will see about what is deep learning all about. If you are into machine learning, you should aware that deep learning also, because there is a reason to it. We will see later. Okay, so what is machine learning? The software that learns by detecting statistical patterns in data. That means that uh, see, nowadays, for example, in a short, in your college, maybe 5,000 people are there. It is a huge data to maintain it. As a single person, if you are saying that what is there in a huge data, I mean, only 5,000 people, what is there as a data? No, because each and every person on a daily basis, right? For example, from starting from A to Z, right? 24 divisions are there. For example, I don't know how many branches we have, but for example, 5,000 people are there in your college. College has to maintain a lot of data with respect to a single person. With respect to a single person means your demographic data, they should have it. That means that your address, your where are you coming from, your phone numbers, everything. These are all the very basic demographic data, right? And then your study data, academic data, and then your conduct data. Conduct in the sense, how are you in the college, how are you behaving, how is your attitude. And these data, I mean, before 20 years back, still they will be writing it, but nowadays it has been captured. right? So for a single person, we are seeing three different. I mean, as of now, we are just taking for example three different data for a single person. For 5,000, 5,000 into three, right? So we have to maintain a system. We have to have a huge server to maintain all this data. If you go for the data, if you give any kind of a data to me, all the 5,000 data, I can give you a lot of statistical pattern in the sense next year how the joining, I mean the people getting joining to your college, I can tell you the pattern. Last year, I mean in 2019 academic year, how many people have joined in our college, I can tell you how many people will join in this day, in this 2020 academic year. I will be able to tell you because I have a past data. If you have your college is 20 years old, I can just I will be able to analyze a 10 years data. I will be able to tell you the pattern of admissions. How many people will join in this course, how many people will join in this branch, I will be able to tell you through machine learning. So how does it possible, how this machine learning works? Actually, it only all the mathematical calculations. So if you are into a science background or maths background, please try to I mean of course you are engineering, I hope you are engineering students. If you are very weak or you're not interested on maths, please try to get more involvement in maths, the basic math until the advanced math, because machine learning is all about, even artificial intelligence is all about math. Everything is all about math, 100%. So the basic fundamental of math you should know, and through that some of the statistical concepts you should know. Through that we will be able to come to a conclusion, we will be able to tell you the decision making. A lot of people are making decisions through this. Maybe you would have watched during the poll, during elections time, the TV channels are giving you the data like anything. How is it possible? It is machine learning. It is through statistical concepts. It is through the pattern of data. How are they telling you that this time this constituency will get, for this party or that party, they will get this kind of votes or number of votes? They will analyze based on the patterns. So machine learning focuses on the development of computer programs that can access data and use it to learn for themselves. So there is no manual intervention once you set up the algorithm through Python. Python would be the most used or preferred language by all the developers. All the machine learning developers or even Python developers has been utilized for machine learning concept making decisions, because it is very easy. It is again you can customize. It is robust. A lot of contributions are there in this language. That is why all the developers are going for Python language. There are other languages for mobile applications. We will see in the later slides. The primary aim is to allow the computers learn automatically, as I said before, without human intervention or assistance, and adjust actions accordingly. Okay, I think it is very, very understandable. So how to think about ML algorithm, I mean the machine learning algorithms. Knowing when to use machine learning algorithm, it's very, very proper. So if you don't have enough data, don't go for machine learning. Just for 1,000 data, 2,000 data, even 5,000 data, please don't go for machine learning concept. If we have lakhs and lakhs, millions of data, 1 million is 10 lakhs, millions of data, you can use ML algorithms. So nowadays, how are I think Arogya Setu application, right? So how these application are finding the hotspot through ML algorithms, through machine learning algorithms. Okay, even how you'll be able to book your cab, Ola or Uber. How are you doing that? Through ML algorithms. How are you booking your Swiggy or Zomato? through ML. So wherever you are using huge data, there should be the algorithm, I mean machine learning algorithm, definitely for sure. Okay. And then we need to understand the rule-based algorithm and ML-based algorithm. What is rule-based approach? It's in the current context, we need to take the source data, destination data, where it goes to, and the time of the day, and we need to set up the static rules, and then the commute time we can get it to, and then we'll take all the historical data. If say for example, if I have your 10 years of your medical prescriptions, I will tell you that in this year or coming year what kind of diseases you will get. We'll be able to make it. So through simple science and math, even a lot of people will analyze themselves. Okay, this is the thing, if I apply this kind of my diet, I can stop this kind of disease. So the healthcare, life sciences, insurance, banking, credit cards, everybody using machine learning algorithm through their historical data and making decisions on those. Okay. And then, yeah, as I said, when to use machine learning, it is difficult for humans to express rules. When then you can use ML. When you are not able to visualize the data, when you are not able to do any kind of mathematical applications through any of the statistical models, you can go for machine learning. A large amount of historical data is available, you have to go for machine learning. The pattern and relationships are dynamic. For example, if any the patients got cancer, it will come under oncology. We'll say that the therapeutic area called oncology. The oncology thing, I mean, if any patient got any tumor, we can't identify the right thing or right prescription within a single visit or a couple of visits. We can't make it anything. It is very very dynamic, because one day it will be huge, the tumor will be huge, one day it will be small, one day it will be medium, one day it will be, you can't even search, or you can't even identify those kind of a tumor, or you will identify a new one instead of the old one. So it is very always dynamic. The cancer patients always be dynamic. In those scenarios, the machine learning concept will be used. Nowadays, IBM, I mean, one of the application called IBM Watson into healthcare, they are using, it is the kind of a monopoly application. They are using this application only for healthcare to identify these kind of tumors, especially. Okay, and then they are giving prescription without any help of doctors. Just imagine, they have 45 to 50 years of old data, historical data. Based on that, they will just prescribe you within a fraction of seconds. You have to go and simply sit in front of the machine, that's it. Rest the IBM Watson will do, right? Which is amazing, right? That is the the beauty of artificial intelligence. Okay, right. So understanding the ML reasons why we are going for it, what is the problem we need to identify. So we need to pick up the problem to solve if we are using machine learning. So if you are thinking to do any kind of a project in your engineering, the last year project, I mean the final year project, you have to pick any kind of a problem, but you should know the reason behind it, and then pick a problem, identify which type of problem we use to solve, and then represent data using numeric attributes through the machine learning concepts, and that too a Python program. So if you are not already aware of Python, please start learning Python. Python is the basic of any kind of a progress in future, and I will tell you a lot of few things at end of the session. It will be very useful for your career, to improve your career. And then if you have a represented data, and then you can apply an algorithm through this kind of programming languages. And you have to use a standard algorithm, and you have to the statistical model will always perform either 0 to 1. The value has to, some of you might have aware that the probable, the statistical models, whatever, for example, a regression model, linear regression model, general linear model, if you are not aware, please start learning this kind of basic statistics. It will be very useful for you. Okay, this is the future. Artificial intelligence and machine learning, and one more thing, and I will I'll tell you at the end of the session, that is going to rule the world the rest of the years. Okay, each type of problem has its own basic outflow, so you have to aware, you have to play with the data, you have to play, you have to analyze your data, and then you can come to a conclusion based on your problem. Because you picked up one problem, now you have some kind of a you solved something, and you have to showcase that, right? Okay, so what are all this classification of machine learning algorithm? Spam detection, maybe nowadays Google itself will be doing a lot of spam detection machine learning programs for you, so that if you are not responding to regular emails, it will automatically go into your spam. Have you observed these kind of things in your inbox, in your Gmail, right? If you are not accessed, even when your friends send an email, or even when your colleague sent any kind of email to your inbox, if you are not accessing it regularly, or if you are not opening it regularly, this kind of emails will be automatically sent to spam. Please go and observe this hereafter. Okay, this is the spam detection decision making. If you are not accessing, if you are not opening any kind of an email, it will automatically go into spam. At the end, maybe sometime 1 month or 2 months later or down the line, those kind of emails you would never get it. Okay, and then the sentiment analysis. How the sentiment analysis done by people who are tweeting, or whether it is a positive or negative. Lot of people, I don't want to into political statements here. A lot of people are doing giving lot of statements every day through Twitter, and it will become trend, it will become viral, because of they will be saying some kind of weird thing, or positive thing, or negative thing. It happens. We can identify, or Twitter will identify, if it is very very vulgar statement, if it is not it is against their rules and regulations, it will detect those kind of things. It will just it won't post. You can't post those kind of things. Even in Facebook it is there. So now Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything is inbuilt. It's been returned the machine learning algorithm. Again, through using Python programming language, or some other application. If it is application, mobile application, it has been written by TensorFlow or whatever it is. We will see in latest presentations. The trading strategy. How you, if you are happen to see your trading share market, whatever it is, if you or your father or your business is like that, you can determine how the trading, the decision for today or tomorrow, or today how this goes up, whether we can buy or not. Those classifications, it depends on the ML. So the classification uses a set of instances for which the correct category membership is known. Okay, so we need to identify, we need to classify based on our day-to-day life, how to utilize, how to apply this concept in our through any kind of an application. It has all these things written by machine learning. And types of problems, the ML problems. The classification involves assigning labels to elements or events. Regression is used to fit a line or a curve on existing data, and use that line or curve to predict the values of new data that comes in. So as I said, regression model, general linear model, I mean, a lot of the standard statistical models have been used to find out these kind of problems. Okay. The rule extraction involves finding if then patterns that exist within the data. So we already discussed all these things in the earlier session. If I regularly buy books on an e-commerce site, is it likely that I will also place an order for reading glasses? I think this statement is where you can relate in your real time scenario. If I order any kind of a mobile accessories for today, and on Amazon or Flipkart, whatever the e-commerce portal you say, they will give you recommend a lot of recommendations below that. Have you seen that? I think probably you might have seen that. So those kind of information, it is machine learning, and it is through a regression model or general linear model or whatever the statistical models we have been using it. Because since I've used I'm using iPhone, and those data also be a valid point for Amazon or Flipkart, right? Because I'm using iPhone, maybe some point later I will get an email from Amazon saying that since you are using iPhone, or since you have been ordered iPhone accessories, this kind of information also will be useful and you can buy it. So the buying recommendation. So always, I mean, this application keeps you engaged, something or the other, because they have to survive, because everything is online, right? You are not going outside and buying these days. It has been reduced a lot, and these applications going to rule the world, right? It is not going to. It is ruling. So I mean, they have to keep on engaging you. They have to giving you a suggestion. They have to give. I mean, otherwise it won't work in a proper way. I mean, for everything we are go. I mean, we are going into the application. We are not. We will not be able to search because the data are huge, right? So what these kind of things will tell you, once you open the application, once you start searching for some product, the related recommendation will always coming to you and occupying you, engaging you. Okay, that is the future. That is the opportunity when it comes to a career opportunity for you guys. So those kind of a recommendation always be a challenging environment for any company. What kind of recommendations I can give for one-time accessing user? What kind of a recommendation I can, I mean, this application has been telling you for using multiple times? Because nowadays every people are going for in any kind of a portal, e-commerce portal or food portal, we are going and accessing. And if you once you accessed once, you will keep on getting those emails because you registered, you are subscribing their emails, their promotions, activities. So this is how the intelligence, I mean, there are smart things are working, smart the devices are there, smart programmings are there. So when it is not a human being just simply sitting and you keep on sending you, no, there is even the triggering point, everything has been automated. Nobody will be sitting and monitoring you, but system is monitoring you, right? So that is the strengths of ML. So why we are going for machine learning? So because a lot of people, I mean, this is very very complicated, or this is having a security issue, safety issue. Why I need to use these applications? Why I need to go for? Why I need to give my data, my personal data, to these kind of environments? Lot of people are like this. If they are saying, or if they are in this kind of mindset, they are not fit for this 2020 age, right? So at the same time, we need to focus on our safety, and we need to get aware. So why, I mean, in what case we are going for ML? Easy to use, stable Python API is there. Python API, wherever, I mean, lot of APIs is inbuilt and ready-made these days. You can get those API. You can just inbuilt to any application these days. Okay. So if you are say for example, if you are planning for your college to get automated for whatever we've discussed so far, you can buy a API from any companies, even Amazon Web Services, Azure, from Microsoft. You can go and check with your along with your data, along with your requirement. They will give you a API, and you can just with along using this API, you can just modify or customize your application so that your people will be using it in future. It is very easy, runs on large as well as small systems. Okay, efficient and performant, great support from Google, you'll always get it, and additional tools like TensorBoard and TensorFlow server. Okay. So you might aware of on TensorFlow things, because it has all the mobile applications, all the Google mobile applications. It has been, the Android based thing. Without TensorFlow, you can't even get any kind of a application on board on Android device. Okay, the challenges. So what are the challenges or practical difficulties? It is a distributed support, still has ways to go, still research is going on, because one support, if you are saying your problem, that problem exists in somewhere, or it has to split. The applications are there, or we need to write bits and pieces of code, the machine learning algorithm or a Python algorithm, and then start fixing it one by one. It is not at one place we can't stick, because there are multiple platforms are there in this world. Windows platform, Mac platform, Linux platform, right? There are a lot of platforms, but we need to be there, and it is a distributed system, and we need to uh, stick to one platform. If you stick to one platform, still there are a lot of problems can be unsolved. So that is a challenge in a machine learning program. That is why there's still a lot of even though a lot of companies having huge data, they are not coming into machine learning or Python algorithms, because of this distributed support, and it cost you more. So libraries still being developed. A lot of libraries are not available as of now, but some of the libraries still you can use. It's readily available. If you have any kind of a problem statement or a project statement, you can go and search for the libraries to use. Writing custom code is not straightforward. You can't do your coding like Java programming. If you say, for example, okay, we'll take a front end as a Java and back end as Oracle, you can't just simply go for machine learning. There are a lot of things to be taken into consideration. Okay, the TensorFlow for ML, how it works. The research and development of a new ML algorithms with using TensorFlow, taking models from training to production. So lot of things are in training, and a lot of Google is readily the API is readily available. You can just take it, and you can use it for your project too. And large scale distributed models are there. A lot of research is going on. There is one site is called AI Brain, AI Google Brain. Just search for it, or just search for Google Brain. There is a Google team is sitting, and they will help you out. Even you can suggest, you will get a lot of even internship. The lot of research as of now is going on the NLP thing, the natural language processing. So you can go and search for it. So models for mobile and embedded systems still you can use with TensorFlow. Yes. So what is deep learning? So we already seen the machine learning concept. What are the things, the advantages when we can take for the machine learning? So what is the main difference between the machine learning and deep learning? See, both are in coming under artificial intelligence group, but there are a different concept altogether. Saying that machine learning, there is an human intervention should be there. That means that Just at some point, uh, you have to intervene and you have to command, right? But in deep learning, nothing. There is no human intervention, and it is fully automated, from start to end. Okay. Say for example, for example, safety. I mean, the cars. I think you have heard of Tesla automated cars, self-driving cars. It is fully operated by deep learning methodology, deep learning concept. Deep learning is a form of artificial intelligence that uses a type of machine learning called an artificial neural network with multiple hidden layers that learns hierarchical representations of the underlying data in order to make predictions given new data. Okay, so start to end, there is, I mean, fully automated uh, through, like, human, how the human brain, how our human brain is working. In a similar way, the deep learning concept will work on our the machine neural networks. That means that we need to write an algorithm for all the instances. For instance, now I booked my calendar from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. with your college with this webinar. Sometime I may make a decision, right? I may make a decision because I'm a human being, right? I may make a decision saying that, okay, I will have some other work or some other commitment at the same time. It is wrong. I mean, by this, I mean, through the system, it is not allowing, but my mind is allowing. For my mind, there is no braking system. No one can stop me, right? In a similar way, the machine also will think and work. Okay, so that is called deep learning. So if you go and search in Google about the Tesla self-driving cars, even Google also, they are trying, but still they are in research. It is not, confronted to a certain decision, because our road, I mean, their road conditions and everything, everything automated. But Tesla, they have succeeded it. They've got an approval. It can be on road at any time. Okay, that means that I mean, it's very interesting concept. Go and search, and how self-driving cars has been, utilizing this deep learning concept. The future impacts of deep learning, the place you will most likely see a direct impact in the world of business is the area of knowledge, work, and decision making. Okay, so tomorrow, maybe I'm not be available to take this kind of a webinar, or I'm just simply sitting over here and my three-dimensional view to you through augmented reality. It is a deep learning concept. So you will feel my flesh and skin, and even my my image is real to you, right? Through virtual reality and augmented reality, it is possible through deep learning. So you will be able to see my image picture. I would be in front of you, right? I think some days back, I mean last year, Microsoft, they have introduced this kind of things. So just go and check augmented reality and virtual reality, three-dimensional view of this. So tomorrow, I mean, who knows, our training methodology will modify according to that. I can give these kind of expressions. You are just hearing my voice, wherever it goes and up and down. But if those technologies are there in deep learning, if I equipped in your, I mean, wherever you are, I am coming to you as a 3D image and I am speaking to you. Maybe we'll be also, we'll be also working in future. Who knows? Okay. So deep learning algorithms are beginning to outperform human decision makers in a variety of tasks. So they will also likely revolutionize the insurance industry as well. The next we have a transportation and logistics we already discussed. Deep learning is currently being used to create self-driving automobiles as Tesla, and those automations, these autonomous vehicles currently have significantly lower rates of accidents, can also drive without rest, and will cost less than human drivers. So now we'll be able to understand the impact, right? Because a lot of drivers have not enough sleep. If you implement these kind of drivers, right, 24 hours the system can run. I mean, the vehicle can move 24 hours, and there is no loss of anything, right? Because this is just simply a mission. And how this deep learning works through artificial neural networks. That means that I think we are out of time. Is it fine only for 5 minutes I will take? Because I need your permission, otherwise I will stop right over here. Because I've finished AI and ML concept, because this is an additional thing. Is it fine? We are going for 5 minutes? Okay, good. Thank you. This, the neural network, how, see, this is what I just, 10 minutes back I was telling you. You must aware, or you must go through the mathematical fundamental knowledge. The neural network is completely working on mathematical calculations, simply mathematical calculations. And also it is interesting, this is going to rule the world. And I would say one more thing, because I was saying that, right, for your career opportunity, these days data science is the most hot in the topic, along with AI and machine learning. And one more concept is there, that is called Internet of Things. Internet of Things means, you have your mobile phone itself is an Internet of Things device. And if you have a smart lab in your college, that is an IoT device. Any kind of thing connected with internet, that is IoT. So after 2 or 3 years, IoT, Internet of Things, going to rule the world. Keep in mind and work towards that. IoT, again, it depends on the artificial, AI concept, machine learning concept, deep learning concept, also data science concept. Everything is interconnected, and then only you will get those kind of IoT concept. So IoT is nothing but interconnecting with all the things. Okay. So when it comes to neural networks, the building blocks of artificial neural networks, like our brain, it has to think, it has to act upon. Similar to the brain, the artificial neural network imitates this biological neural network of human body. And structure of artificial neural is just shown below. Maybe I will share this presentation after this, and I will put it on YouTube. You can just go back, and I will also share this presentation for you. Yes, this is completely a new subject for all the people. Will get some kind of irritation or annoyance, but we don't have any options. We need to understand it. Okay. The fully connected neural networks, how it works, the activation functions of neurons. So everything is controlled by neurons. Every decision, every hormone is controlled by neurons. Without neurons, nothing is there. In coma stage. Okay, the same similar set of neurons, we have to set it up in deep learning, and that system will work. Okay. And then the convolutional neural network, a type of deep neural network architecture designed for specific tasks like image classification. So we need to, because our eyes are seeing and the brain will identify your object, right? This is how we need to capture that, our images, the feature maps, and you can see the diagram, how the input only through eyes, and then the convolution happen, and the decision making is happening. And then the reinforcement learning, this is a kind of the learning pattern in neural network, and also widely used in deep learning concept. Okay, once the agent is coming in, agent is in the sense the system or the neural network, and then the action taken, and the reward has been performed, and then the state, how in what state it has been doing, and then the environment has been built. So deep in the reinforcement learning, there are classifications. I already said we have a lot of regression model and linear regression model. And what kind of a model we need to use? We need to train to this deep learning system. Then only it will take, because the artificial intelligence is nothing but we need to train the device like a human being. Very simple. On a whole, on a brief, we need to train along with the data, smell, and everything. We need to feed that system. Deep reinforcement learning applications, you can heard of, you have heard of a chess, poker. It will just reflect, right, in your mobile applications. It will just, because every time, if you play chess with your computers, how it is mean. These are small examples. So if you expand, like when it comes to robotics, so I will come back. Okay, so it just work like this. The vehicles like self-driving cars and drones. It nowadays drones you might have aware, because a lot of photographers, wildlife photographers are using these kind of drones. Even cinematographers they are using drones. So drone shot is very very specific, because this is very very less. This safety wise it's very good, and even for less risk for a human being, because from wherever you are, you can operate these kinds of drones wherever, until you're satisfied with shots, right? And then the robotics, the teaching robots how to walk, perform manual tasks, and we need to explain to that system. And then the management, how to manage everything, how to manage people, how to and it consists everything. Finance, you might already aware of finance. So I think I can stop over here. Nice meeting you. And if you have any questions, you can always come, because if I take this, I will take one more hour. I don't want to bother you a lot, because 1 hour is enough. If you have any questions, please reach out to your HOD from your college through our representative, or I can give you my email ID over to your HODs. Okay, so any questions as of now? Maybe I can take questions. That is very useful.
Nothing, sir. Nothing questions.
Okay, thank you.
Everything is clear, sir.
Yeah, I hope this session would be very interesting for you all. And
Yes, sir. It's a great section and very useful to all.
Okay. Thank you so much.